All right, Joseph Brown.
Welcome to Church Bunch and football.
What up? Nick Flo here. Welcome to Trips Bunch, everybody.
Talking about football.
Joseph Brown, making football great again.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Something like that.
Elliot and the Mixter.
Yep.
So yep.
Here we are again. We're going to talk some more nonsense, some more footballs.
That's right. The Rainbow.
More about the Rainbow and Kittles.
Gotta love the Kittles. Sponsored by Joe Brown.
Give a bits. Well.
As you guys know, we're getting close to the draft. Much closer. Now we're only about a week away, a little over a week away. So today we're going to talk about a whole bunch of draft-related nonsense. Mm-hmm. Maybe even get into our own mock draft if we got time to do that. So
I'd like to.
Let's get started, everybody.
Well, the first thing that we're going to really talk about is the news over the last week.
Yeah.
Of what has happened. Joe, take it away.
All right, news today. Tom Brady, they're saying he might not come back 2018. But it's not going to happen. Until you hear from Tom Brady's mouth.
No, actually, the serious news about that, and I can back you up on this. I did read something on my way here saying that Tom Brady did respond to Gronkowski, and they're actually going to be holding their yearly workouts on Montana, where Brady lives.
And a bunch of people are going out there, all the wide receivers play.
Right, so they are...
So you can't believe everything that comes out of the news.
Well, because anytime when somebody says, I'm not going to participate in the off-season workouts, everybody thinks, oh, I guess they're done. I guess they're going to retire. Yeah. I don't think he's really going to retire.
It's not that. It's just that sometimes when you're that age, you don't have to go through all that because you're already going through your own trainers and everything.
Right.
It's these new kids coming straight from college that are not used to the NFL caliber that needs
It's just like in baseball or hockey. The veterans, they already know what to do. They don't need the extra workouts. They don't need any of that stuff. They've already been through it. This is Brady's, 19th go-around?
Yeah.
I mean, he already knows the drill. He already knows what to do. Give the shot to the other kids, like you said. It's smart because they don't know what to do. Give them the extra workouts. I think it's smart. I
agree. I think that he should be spending his time focusing on his own off-season stuff. He knows, like you said, it's his 19th go-around. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows what's going on. He's got a handle on everything. So let him do his thing. Let him do his own workouts. And it's good that Gronk and the other wide receivers are going to meet him out there to help him.
Yeah.
It'll help him get in rhythm with those guys, if nothing else. So.
That's true.
Dez Bryant has not found a home yet.
Which is very surprising.
It is kind of surprising.
But is it because of the baggage he brings with the drama?
It could be. It could also be the expensive price tag. I feel like it's probably a combination of things.
But he's getting paid to sit, just like they're still paying Tony Romo. Did you know that?
Yes. I'm going to put this up here because I did read about that, and it's very interesting how much money Dallas is paying players to not play on their team.
Yeah.
Do you know how much money it is? $22.5 million. $22 million.
But does that go against their cap?
Yes, it does. It's called dead money. $17 million are two players, Tony Romo and Dez Bryant. You could literally field an offense with their dead money.
Yeah.
To not play for their team. So that means Romo is sitting up in the booth getting paid by the Cowboys. It's kind of interesting.
It is kind of interesting.
So it's double
there's a
dipping,
lot of
basically.
money.
Well, yeah.
It's a lot of money tied up. Wow.
$22 million. Well, the Bills
$2
the Bills are in the same situation. This year, they're going to
They're paying Darius, right?
They're paying Darius. They're paying there's like 5 or 6 players that they have to pay
Wood?
a boatload of money. No, not Wood. No, there's players that they Reggie Ragland, I think, was one of them.
Oh, okay.
There's like 5 or 6. They said something about the 2018 was a really bad year because all the dead money, but the year after, that's when they're going to be free of everything.
Oh, okay.
And they'll be able to sign anybody. That's why these last 2 years you haven't seen the Bills really go out for that big splash for free agent.
Right, and they're still making things work regardless. So
right.
It's the system that they're putting in place more necessarily than the players are putting in place. So and with clearing up a lot of room for next year, that's going to open up a lot of holes for them because it's going to fill a lot of holes that they have, I guess. But it's going to open up a lot of opportunities for them to really go out and make a big splash next year.
But my question to both of you, and the same thing with myself, is where's Dez Bryant going to end up? I mean, it's a big...
He says he wants to go to the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants the rivalry. You know, he wants to play against his old team. Him and Beckham could be dangerous.
But
together.
Eagles don't want him.
They don't have enough cap.
They don't have enough cap room.
He won't take a pay cut to go to them. But you said it, Joe. He wants to go to the NFC East. He wants to play the Cowboys twice. Now, you said maybe that's in spite of him just saying that.
But my question to you is, if he does go to another team, do they have to pick up all that money?
They do.
From the Cowboys.
Of course they do.
Yep.
So maybe no one wants to pick him up until that's gone.
I don't know how much money he's making, but I know I'm going to put it up how much money he makes. But he's making a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I don't know if teams want to do that. And I was going back and forth on Twitter with somebody, and they were saying, like, you know, does he want to go to a team to be a second receiver? Does he want to go on a team where he's not going to get the ball as much? To be a whiny little crybaby?
He's not going to want to go somewhere where he's not the starter or where he's not going to at least be in the spotlight enough.
Right.
And he's got to, he's going to try to come out this season and prove to the world that he is the high draft pick that he was. He is a talented player. But he's got to go somewhere with a good quarterback or someone who's reliable enough to get him the ball, and B, somewhere where the team is willing to pick up all that money because he's owed a lot. And that doesn't apply to a lot of teams now. You're taught, like you said, Philadelphia with the cap issues. There's a lot of teams that don't have a lot of cap space.
So most likely he's going to sign within the next 1 to 2 weeks. Most likely.
I think yeah.
So
either right before the draft or right after.
I think right after draft, after people see what they're able to pick up,
right?
And what they're
how
not.
much money and exactly. So where do you think? Now you said what they think, but where do you think Dez Bryant's going to go? In your opinion.
Something we're not expecting. I would say
probably
the Giants could use him, but the problem is they already have problems with Odell Beckham Jr.
Because do we know what team he's going to? Can
well,
we talk about that?
Yeah, Joe, you said that he was going to possibly go to the Giants, possibly Cincinnati. I said Green Bay.
I have said nothing yet, actually.
You haven't said anything yet.
Not about that anyway.
Right.
But I think he's going to go to either Chicago or Indianapolis. But I'm going to just lock it down with he's going to go to the Colts.
Yeah, I bet.
The reason I just would like to see this happen, but I think he's going to go there because they have some cap space and
they do.
He's a good target for Andrew Luck if Luck ever comes back. Opposite T.Y. Hilton would be
if
insane.
he ever comes back.
The problem is some guys might not work on another team.
That's true. He might not work out, but yeah, we'll
Just
have
like-
to see.
We'll see. Some players that have left the Patriots might not work on other teams.
To close the segment, though, there was a couple of news and like little tidbits of little things that have happened over the last
Fred
couple
Jackson
of days.
signed his one-day contract.
Yep. So 1-day contract with the Bills, and then also Matt Forte and Devin Hester, they signed a 1-day contract to retire the Chicago Bears.
Holy cow.
Nice.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. So they
Well,
retired.
congratulations to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. So on
Absolutely.
Monday.
Congratulations to all three of those guys.
I saw that. I thought that was kind of interesting. So Hester was one hell of a punt returner and kick returner. And
Yeah,
Forte,
absolutely.
he was a beast for the
he's
Bears.
A monster running back.
He really was. And
Fred Jackson could have been MVP that year.
Could have been.
All right, let's go on to the draft.
Well, actually, one second.
Okay.
And you're going to love this because 20 years ago, 20 years to the day, was when Peyton Manning was drafted by the Colts. 20 years to the day. And do you know?
Man.
And do you know who went number 2 that year?
Yes, I do.
Yes, we all do.
I know where he went to. At the time, they
Grows
were
on a tree.
they were the San Diego Chargers, not the Los Angeles Chargers. But at that time, they decided that Ryan falls off a tree leaf was going to be this next superstar. We know how that ended.
Yeah.
Manning has a couple rings and Leaf. Did he even have a career?
No, he did not.
No, he did not.
He had a hell of a career in the locker room, though.
Pretty sure he had like 3 years in the locker room, and that's about it.
And then also, 23 years ago, Joe Montana called it a career. As of today. Very interesting.
Good for Joe.
Well, guess what?
What?
What happened a couple years ago?
Tom Brady didn't
Was
retire.
Tom Brady got drafted? 199 pick?
Oh, God, here we go again.
That was.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday. to Bill Belichick.
Oh, right. It was Belichick's birthday the other day.
The Dark Lord.
The Dark Lord Belichick, yes. We know.
Oh boy. Oh,
Happy birthday, Bill. Or is it Mr. Belichick to you?
Dark Lord Sith to you, asshole.
God.